Welcome to Planet MicroCap. I'm your host, Robert Kraft, and joining me today is Mark Thorpe, CEO of EnviroGold Global. It's a publicly traded company. I got two symbols for you, NVRO on the CSE and ESGLF on the OTCQB. And EnviroGold will be presenting at our upcoming Microcap Investor Conference, the Planet MicroCap Showcase, happening in Las Vegas at the Horseshoe Hotel and Casino, April 25 through 27, 2023. For more information to register and see Mark's presentation, please go to planetmicrocapshowcase.com. And with that, Mark, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Very well, thank you. Pleasure to be here, Robert.
It's an absolute pleasure to have you. So this is actually our first time doing an interview together. And so I wanted to start off, can you provide us with that quick overview and history of the company?
Sure. EnviroGold Global is a technology company. We've developed an add-on to existing processing plants to recover base, strategic, and precious metals from tailings. And tailings is the waste that's produced as a result of recovering metal from underground ore.
Fascinating. Okay. Sorry, because I actually just recently did an interview on our other series, Due Diligence, with a company called Amerigo that does the
I know them well.
Yeah. So
I mean, tailings in Chile.
Yeah, that's right. So, I mean, are we talking something similar that EnviroGold is also doing, or what makes you unique and different, maybe compared to AmeriGold or your other peers out there?
Yeah, so we're a different company because we attack the very complicated tailings, the very complex ores. We are able to unpack the pyrite matrix, which contains the base, strategic, and precious metals. When we unpack that, it allows the metals to then be recovered by conventional means.
Very good. So then where are you currently at from a deployment perspective, customer base? I'd like to hear where you're at there.
So we're working with the Helia Gold Mine in Tasmania. Helia tried to recover the precious and strategic metals from their tailings for about 8 years. They then came to us, and we were able to solve the problem in about 18 months. We're currently running pre-pilot plant testing at the ALS laboratory in Perth, and then we'll run on to complete the pilot plant testing in April of this year before updating our technical report and moving on to detailed engineering.
Got it. So, I mean, really the biggest difference, not to go back to Amerigo, but because it's so fresh in my head. I mean, the big difference here, because I remember even asking their CEO on the phone, on the call, is, being able to kind of replicate what they're doing with some of these other, bigger producers out there. And, they have a great relationship. So they're very focused on where they're at. So is this really what EnviroGold's main value prop is being able to hey, we have the technology to make this process more efficient, and we can kind of replicate this at a bunch of different mines around the globe? Is that the thought?
It's very much rinse and repeat, Robert. What we can do is we can tweak the process. We've done the initial evaluation on several different types of tailings from different mining operations, and we've been able to recover into solution the metals that we're seeking. So we think it's got great opportunity, not only to more complicated tailings, but there's also a large opportunity with tailings that need to be treated for environmental liability and metal recovery.
And is the company revenue generating yet, or you mentioned a pilot program? So where are we at there?
We're still pre-revenue. We expect to complete the design engineering on this in Q3 this year, and then go ahead and start the build process before the end of the year.
Got it. And from a just business model perspective, is the idea okay, there's obviously installation fee, but then do you take a percentage of whatever those tailings are then off put for?
Yeah, we own and operate the plant, or we will own and operate the plant at Helia. We will then generate the metal concentrates and the gold and silver as metal, and we will sell those, and we split the free cash flow with the tailings owner. In the case of Helia, we split the first 24 million 50-50 per annum, and then after that it's 65% for EnviroGold.
Very good. And what's your background? How did you come into all this?
I'm an ecologist. I grew up in a coal mining town in England. And it was natural for me to go into the mining business. And I've roamed around the world for the past 30 plus years, worked in 40 countries, lived on 4 continents, and I've worked on everything from coal to diamonds. And tailings has always been my sweet spot, if you like, as well as the environment and community. And so it was a natural fit for me to come over to EnviroGold and lead the team in the recovery of metals from tailings.
You know, I like that. That's the spectrum of everywhere from coal to diamonds. I'll never forget that. That's good. You know, so Mark, you know, from what you can tell us, in your opinion, what you kind of alluded to, kind of the main value catalyst, it sounds like, is that Q3 with the updating of the engineering report and whatnot. But, you know, what are some of the other value catalysts that, from what you can tell us, for the company for 2023?
So we'll be completing the pilot plant study and updating the current technical report, and that'll be issued in Q2 this year. We then have contracted Sedgman Engineering to go ahead and work on the update to the second update to the technical report, which would result in a definitive feasibility study, and then the decision to build and get on with the building. And I think that's a pretty good thing for 2023.
Those are some goals to set. That's for sure. So Mark, you know, another question that I'm asking everybody on here to close us out, because you're going to be in Vegas, you're going to, you know, be in the one-on-one system. Folks are going to be evaluating whether to take a one-on-one with EnviroGold. What would you say are those 3 reasons why folks should want to take a meeting with you in Vegas?
We're at the early stage of our development, so it's an opportune time to get into and to start working with us. We have a market that would be in the billions of dollars in recoverable metal. And we're an ESG play, so it's not just the technology. We actually reduce the environmental liability of the tailings through the reduction in the actual heavy metals that would go back into the environment, and also eliminating the potential for acid drainage in those tailings. So three great stories that align very well with where the world is today.
Absolutely. Well, Mark, with that, where can our audience go and find more information on EnviroGold?
It would be at EnviroGoldGlobal.com. All of it, everything's on our webpage.
Mark, thank you so much for joining me today. Really do appreciate it. Good luck, stay safe, and I'll see you in Vegas.
Thank you very much, Robert. Much appreciated. Bye-bye.
Thank you.